Away for the day. That's what Governor Bob Ferguson is calling the campaign that he's kind of launching today regarding cell phones in schools. The state has been looking at studying policies to phase out cell phone use at K through 12 schools across the state. But the governor says the problem has gotten so bad, he wants this to be his top priority for the next legislative session. So you can plan on a bill coming up next January when folks return to Olympia to have an all-out ban on cell phones once students arrive on campus, and then they get them back when they leave. Here at this Robert Eagle Staff Middle School in Seattle, they use the pouch system, and the principal says it works so well. We just heard from a student who said there's a lot less pressure to be on social media, and you can just be yourself, and you can be a student, and the teachers love it. Will it have enough votes to pass? Of course, there are some parental concerns. Folks like the ability to be able to text their students at any time of the day here at school. So we'll see how that plays out next year in Olympia.
We now have a new look inside a troubled Washington State pharmacy thanks to this video that I just received from the Washington State Department of Health through a public records request. This is video of the clean room from a former facility in Kirkland, Washington that until last year made GLP-1 diet drugs. It sold them through a nationwide telehealth company called Mochi. This clean room is the heart of the operation, which is what makes this video kind of interesting. And it's where a lot of the problems with this pharmacy were, according to state health investigators who shot this video last year during a surprise inspection. The people in the suits are compounding or mixing the drugs, a sensitive job. The Mochi pharmacy did have pharmacists, but we've reported on state records showing that the company also used improperly licensed people to mix the drugs. They sold drugs that were out of date and illegally imported ingredients from questionable overseas lab. You can find out more about our series Selling Skinny, which is now streaming on King 5 Plus or on YouTube.
Hey everybody, I'm on the Seattle waterfront right now at the Seattle Aquarium. Megan Williams is here with me with a really cool thing. Megan, what is this?
This is our ROV, or remotely operated vehicle.
And what are we using it for?
We're using it to survey kelp forests here along Elliott Bay and the Puget Sound.
So I just watched Megan and her team literally dunk this into the water right in front of the aquarium, and they're surveying kelp forests and getting a handle and an idea of what is on our seafloor, literally right in front of the downtown skyline. And we need your help, right, Megan?
We do. Please come and join us on Zooniverse. Go to KelpQuest and help us train our machine learning models so we can better understand what is growing on our seafloor and how that is helping kelp be healthy and resilient to our ever-changing oceans.
So they're capturing, how many visuals would you say? Thousands?
Thousands.
Thousands of visuals on the seafloor, and they need everybody to help identify and verify what is in all of those images. So if you're getting bored, I don't know, the summer slump.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of bored sometimes. I don't know. Anyone can jump in and help. They need your help. We have that information on our website, king5.com.
They say they have found the skull of a woman last seen in 1986 in Chelan County. Patricia Collier vanished from Tacoma on the 4th of July, almost 40 years ago. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says they found just part of her skull last month in a wooded area on Entiat River Road. The county coroner wasn't able to identify a cause of death, but the investigation is being turned over to the Tacoma Police Department to look into any possible suspects.
You got your power supply, got your relays, got all your terminal blocks. That's called a DIN rail. That's a bolt right there.
I think it's cool that it's the brain. Like I keep coming back to that. It controls everything. It's a really cool system because you get to communicate with all kinds of different systems. You get to talk to basically a computer on the bridge of your boat. You get to talk to effectively Seattle City Light. You get to talk to systems on the dock side. So it was a really cool project for us having, we don't know anything really about WSF. We get to learn all about these different systems and all the technical details that makes them function.
Oh, I got meatball right away. So this is a collab between IKEA and Chupa Chups.
Meatball flavored lollipop.
Yes, meatball flavored, and they're not for sale. Yeah. You can only get them at IKEA on June 11th. Nobody asked for these.
No.
But everybody wants to taste them, right?
Well, we're gonna make people taste it.
Yeah, we're no dummies. We're
Yeah.
gonna do that first.
Yeah, before we do.
Before we try it.
Okay.
Don't look at that. Don't look.
I didn't see anything.
Okay, so take it off.
All right.
Tell us what you think, and
Taste test. There's like a. Is it weird that I'm getting like a coffee thing going on?
a little bit.
Mm.
What are the flavors that you're getting?
Not good.
Hints of popcorn?
Oh, okay.
Well, it's kind of savory.
It's like a bad
smell it?
dinner my mom cooked on a Sunday night.
Oh, it's yeah. There's.
It's
like meatloaf. It's a gravy.
Is that what it is?
Is this Old Dirty Boot?
Oh wait. It tastes like a dinner. Oh, I'm getting notes of like turkey or.
What if we told you that it came from IKEA?
Oh, is this the meatballs? Is this the Swedish meatballs?
Yep.
Okay, I actually like it a lot better now.
What out of 10 would you recommend?
My apologies to the meatball lollipop world, but this isn't getting over a 2 for me.
That wasn't very reassuring.
Not at all. But I did find out they are vegan. There's no real meatball in them. There's
Okay.
meatball flavor.
So they're vegan friendly.
Yes, vegan friendly.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Oh. I got meatball right away.
They taste exactly how you would think they would taste.
I
Oh, okay. There is a part of that's fruity.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be the lingonberry. That must be right here, but then when you go all in, it's just that. I'm sorry, they're awful. But everybody should try them.
So I had Nikita and his other partners trying to recruit me when I was 16 and 17 years old through social media. And it was, repeated messages of trying to get me to join their OnlyFans house.
What did they say?
It was basically them saying that I would make a lot of money, that there's opportunities to make money, opportunities to work. It was kind of along the lines of that.
Your next dinner date could cost between $200 and $400, and it's coming to Bellevue. I'm Bethany on the King News Desk, and here's what you need to know. Nobu, one of the world's most famous luxury restaurant brands, is opening its first ever Pacific Northwest location in downtown Bellevue in 2027. The celebrity-backed restaurant, co-founded by actor Robert De Niro and chef Nobu Matsuhisa, is known for dishes like black miso cod and yellowtail sashimi. Nobu is also rebranding the 2 residential towers at Avenue Bellevue as Nobu Residences, marking the company's first residential project in the United States. Would you spend up to $400 on dinner?
We've got a man that is as manipulative as you could possibly get, and he's able to convince these women not only to do what they did, but then threaten them monetarily, threaten them with releasing this information, threatening them physically, all these kinds of things that for us, it's hard to realize. But until you've walked a mile in their shoes, you don't know how difficult it can be. Sure, some people could walk away, not all of them.
We're standing in front of this massive soccer mural in Mexico City that just broke a Guinness World Record, but it didn't just break that record for being the largest in size. It's actually the largest mural in the world painted by brush. The mural pays tribute to both Mexico's culture and soccer heritage with its first club in 1892, then both of their World Cups in 1970 and 1986. The mural stretches more than 200 square meters along this wall, and it really helps to build that hype for the 2026 World Cup in Mexico City.
A 13-year-old is now charged with first-degree manslaughter and unlawful possession of a firearm in connection with the death of a 17-year-old relative in South Seattle. The 17-year-old was found shot in the head at the Willow Crossing Apartments on May 29th. Court documents say the 13-year-old's mother told police her son admitted he was playing with a handgun when it fired. Detectives also say security video shows the teen running from the apartment building moments after the shooting. The teen turned himself in to Seattle police last Wednesday.
Remember this moment when Jackson Smith-Njigba revealed his Offensive Player of the Year trophy, but it said defensive instead? Big mistake. It has been fixed apparently, and JSN had a good laugh with it this week.
They just sent it to me a couple days ago, so appreciate them. Yeah. We checked it, everybody cleared it. I had, the whole team read it, make sure it was right, and it's good, solid.
Today we're talking about something a lot of women feel but don't always say out loud. Even when life is full with careers, family, and big transitions, friends can start to feel a little thinner and a little harder to keep up with. Dr. Suzanne Wallach, marriage and family therapist, is here to help us unpack why this happens.
Midlife, women go into and men too, I think what I kind of call a compression stage, meaning we're often managing careers, we're raising children. Some of us are launching children into adulthood, caring for aging parents, and often all at once. So our emotional bandwidth can get a lot lower than it is when we're younger and in our 20s. And also, I think our emotional availability becomes a lot smaller, and what we start to prioritize becomes more about family and what's immediate and what's in front of us.
The 4 astronauts who are part of the Artemis 3 mission have now been announced, and there's something people online have noticed about this next group. A lot of people are pointing out that of these 4 astronauts, none of them are women. Now, this, of course, comes just months after Christina Koch was part of the Artemis 2 mission, and she became definitely a bit of an icon, as all of the astronauts did on that mission. I did some digging on NASA's website to look at who the eligible astronauts are right now, and at this point, there are 37 astronauts who are eligible to be selected to go to space. Of those 37 astronauts, 15 of them are women. So if you do some quick math, it's about 41% of the eligible astronauts right now are women. So statistically speaking, you would assume that if nearly half of the eligible candidates are women, at least one of the 4 would also be a woman. But alas, this mission does not have a woman on it. It is definitely noteworthy, though, that every single one of those 37 astronauts each have a specialty. It could be geology, it could be mechanical engineering, it could be medical, you could be a pilot. So the classes and the groups are selected based off of expertise. They want to spread the love a little bit and make sure they have someone with different sets of skill set on each mission. It should also be noted that the Artemis 3 mission isn't actually going to the moon. This is part of the big picture plan to go to the moon. But Artemis 3 astronauts, this new class just announced, they're actually just going to stay in lower Earth orbit and do tests of the rocket to make sure that it's good to go to land on the moon. But they will not actually land on the moon. That's the Artemis 4 mission, which is expected to launch in 2028. That team has not been announced yet, but we will, of course, keep an eye on that and see who the next people to put boots on the ground on the moon will be.
We've lived here for 12 or 13 years. It's just a little cottage that we adore.
For Kim Macias-Shell, this cozy 2-bedroom cottage in Seattle's Columbia City neighborhood isn't just home, it's an opportunity.
We're really close to the lake. You can walk through like a green space to the light rail.
With World Cup matches coming to Seattle, Kim and her partner decided now was finally the time to list their home on Airbnb. They planned a vacation and are staying with family during the tournament.
We literally have a calendar and we're staying with mom and dad and then Drew's dad and my brother, you know what I mean? So we're just like going to family and they're hosting us here and there.
But turning their personal space into someone else's home away from home?
This was an office before. So we used to have just an air mattress.
Takes a lot of work.
The hardest part is decluttering.
The reward could be significant. The World Cup is landing right in the middle of Seattle's busy summer travel season, when hotels and rentals are already in high demand.
As a result, nightly rates are climbing well above normal summer prices.
It's like spring cleaning.
Mooney Sodi runs Queen Anne Property Holdings. His company is managing Kim's property and several others in Seattle.
Traditionally in Seattle, kind of on an annual basis, an average 2-bedroom might go for around $250 a night. Now in the summertime, that rate may jump up 2 to 2.5 times what that regular rate is.
It's a big day for me at King 5 today because today is my first ever King 5 cookie competition and I came with the goods. We went with a classic chocolate chip and sea salt because I figured it's delicious, it's original, how can you go wrong? Obviously had to taste test one and then I didn't have a ton of ingredients to make a lot, so you can see there's a fair bit, but I'm hoping it's more like, you know, a sort of Birkin bag situation where the harder to get it is, the more desirable. So here's the beauty shot. Hopefully these bad boys bring home the gold. Wish me luck.
Yep. Fuck. Yeah, that driver's gone. Hello? Hello?
Like everybody's telling me like, I'm glad you're okay, and I am too. I'm glad I was able to see my children and everything, but I'm like, maybe I would have traded a broken arm just to see my truck okay.
For a lot of us, the December storms and flooding here in Western Washington are a thing of the past, but there are those who are still living it and trying to get federal disaster assistance. The deadline to apply for that assistance is approaching fast, June 10th, but this weekend, the weekend of June 6, 2026, disaster assistance experts will be in several Washington state communities to help. These specialists can help with FEMA applications and Small Business Association loans and address any other questions that you may have. They'll be in places like Kent, Duval, Burlington, Hamilton, Everson up in Whatcom County, and a lot of other places that took a wallop during the storms. If you need help, go to the Washington Military Department website. That's mil.wa.gov/news for more information, and good luck.
New body camera video from Redmond police shows the moment a man jumps onto the light rail tracks trying to evade arrest.
Hey, get off the track!
On Monday evening, an employee at Music and Arts told police a man stole a guitar worth almost $900. Police tracked the man down to downtown Redmond Station. He ran when police approached him. He leaped onto the tracks and then over the side of the elevated station onto a roof 15 feet below. Police surrounded him and was able to take him into custody. He now faces charges for theft and obstruction. The guitar was returned to the store.
Nestled along one of the most scenic drives in the Northwest, there's a place where the views are only a part of the story.
That's a great place to come to. Everybody's friendly, the food's great.
They love the community of it. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's happy to be here.
It's that sense of community that keeps people coming back to Chuckanut Manor. And the journey here is part of the experience. But once you're here, it's the food you stay for.
Perfect.
Well, the food's really good. I have lots of favorite things.
With a variety of dishes to choose from, the menu keeps guests coming back again and again.
We're known for the halibut and chips, our cioppino.
Here is the ladies' happy hour.
Yes, it is a great happy hour. Tacos, singles of everything, Bloody Mary shooters, prawn cocktail.
And for Megan, the recognition belongs to the team that makes it all happen every day.
They make it happen. They're just, yeah, they're awesome. This is a time for individuals and for organizations and cities to stand up for what they believe in and to affirm their values with regard to the community.
This is a start for justice. Like I said, I feel like there are many that are responsible for what happened to him. And this is just a start. He needs justice.